All right, a good Sunday afternoon, everyone. We have a major winter storm about to blast into the area coming into Tuesday, late Monday night, actually, into Tuesday and Wednesday. And then brutal Arctic cold is coming with wind chills, bitterly cold wind chills. Could be having some frostbite concerns over most of the southern plains into parts of Arkansas, Tennessee, parts of Mississippi. Could be talking 10, 20, 30 below zero wind chills by the time we get to Thursday morning. So if you're just now joining us, please click that like button, comment where you're from across the area. Hitting that like button is very important because it basically tells Facebook that you want to see more of our content. So make sure if you see our posts or see any lives, make sure you smash that like button for us. That'd be great. And always leave a comment. That'd be great as well. All right, share this with your friends and family as well. If you're over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It's basically like following a page on Facebook. Hit that subscribe button, hit all notifications, and make sure you hit that like button over there as well. So we have a lot of stuff to talk about. We have a major winter storm coming into the area, so let's get right into it. I'm going to get into the models here and showing you the latest severity index as well. All right, what you see on your screen is the winter storm, actually the warning criteria, exceeding warning criteria. This is off the Weather Prediction Center site. As you can see here, up into the purple areas, into parts of far northern Arkansas, southern Missouri, actually southern half of Missouri, over towards Illinois, into Kentucky. That purple area, greater than 80% chance of exceeding warning criteria. Now, when you get up into Missouri, into that purple shading, it is actually 5 inches. You have to get 5 inches or greater to hit that winter storm warning criteria. So it's gonna blow past that 5 inches easily. Far northern Arkansas into parts of the Paducah National Weather Service coverage area, southern Illinois into parts of Kentucky. Um, though that's I think that's 4 inches exceeding warning criteria. So you have to get 4 inches or greater. So that is very likely across far northern Arkansas in through parts of northeastern Oklahoma, southeastern Kansas, over here towards parts of far northwestern Tennessee, western Kentucky, and southern Illinois as well. Alrighty, here is a potential winter storm impacts. Major, this is basically winter storm severity index from the Weather Prediction Center. It's on their site as well. So anything in the yellow, minor impacts. This is through Memphis, Little Rock, over to Oklahoma City. Expect some winter driving conditions, of course. You get into the orange, moderate impacts. Expect disruptions to daily life, hazardous driving conditions, closures and disruptions to infrastructure may occur. And then once you get up here into southern Missouri, maybe far northern Arkansas, we're talking about major impacts. Expect considerable disruptions in daily life, dangerous or impossible driving conditions. Avoid travel when this winter storm comes in. Like I said, there could be changes to this as well. So widespread closures and disruption to infrastructure may occur as well. Alrighty, here is the latest watches and warnings across the area. We have winter storm watches here in the blue, surrounding basically this winter storm warning that's across southern Missouri. There is plenty of confidence for them to go ahead and issue this winter storm warning. It's kind of preemptive, but there is confidence that it's going. I mean, it's happening basically. So Springfield National Weather Service calling for 7 to possibly upwards of 11 to 12 inches of snow. Like I said, there could be changes. There was some discussion because they're saying models could be underdoing snowfall amounts because of the snow to liquid ratios. They're going to be very high. This snowfall that's coming in will be very powdery, dry snow, not this wet snowball or snowman making kind of snow. But it's going to be dry, powdery. It's going to be blizzard-like conditions as well. Going to have some wind gusts approaching 30 to 35 miles per hour at times. So there could be whiteout blizzard-like conditions as we go into Tuesday. Tuesday, it's going to basically go downhill all day long and last probably into early Wednesday. Winter storm watches, like I said, across most of northeastern Arkansas. This is including the Memphis area now. Most of northeast or northwestern parts of Tennessee is going basically from Memphis, Jackson over to Nashville, up towards Louisville, Evansville, and including the St. Louis area, basically along and south of I-70, and then from Tulsa to northwest Arkansas as well under a winter storm watch. I fully expect a lot of these will be upgraded probably by tomorrow morning. So we'll have a couple different live videos out for you tomorrow as well to keep you up to date on what's happening. Alrighty, let's go over the latest models here. This is the latest 18Z GFS. Monday is looking like a decent day. So if you need to get supplies or anything, go to the grocery store, anything like that, tomorrow is the day before this winter storm hits on late Monday night into Tuesday. This is right around midday on Tuesday. You can see heavy snow breaking out across parts of Kansas into northern Oklahoma into northern Arkansas. Very heavy snow, basically right along Arkansas Missouri border and north of there. It's going to be very heavy snows. Basically from I-44 to Highway 62 412 in Arkansas, that corridor right there is going to have the heaviest amounts of snow. And I'll go over the snowfall amounts that we're our official forecast here in just a second. But here's timing. This is late Tuesday night. Still very heavy snows across parts of southern Missouri into northern Arkansas. sleet, possibly mixed with snow at times, north of I-40, going through basically north of Little Rock, Conway area to Fort Smith. Freezing rain is going to be a big possibility, and I think the GFS is a little underdone on this. But I think there's going to be upwards of a quarter, maybe a little bit higher amounts, especially down here towards southwest Arkansas. And I think the Canadians got a little bit better job. Uh, Canadian Euro's got a little bit better job on the handle of the southern extent of the freezing precip. But as we go into early Monday, or sorry, Wednesday morning, uh, sleet, snow mix, basically for Memphis, freezing rain, sleet mix, possibly for northern Mississippi into parts of Alabama. Heavier snow is getting into parts of Tennessee here in Kentucky. And this thing is going to basically get out of here as we get towards late Wednesday here. But it's going to get brutally cold behind this as well. Let me go east really quick so you can see what's going on over there as well. So there's going to be some icing concerns over here. I do not have a map out for it yet. I'm going to show you over here in the Carolinas into Virginia. There's going to be some heavy snows into freezing rain, sleets out there as well. So I'm going to get a little bit more detailed here on snowfall amounts and zoom in on a different site here in just a second. But these are some of the snowfall amounts as we go throughout. This is through Friday, but a lot of this pack west will be basically Tuesday through Wednesday, and then out here be Wednesday into Thursday. But very heavy snows, like I said, bullseye basically from the I-44 corridor south to the Highway 62 412 corridor in Arkansas. Between those two basically major highways will be the sweet spot for the heavier snows here. So I think widespread 7 to 13 plus inches, and I think I'm going to be underdone on some of these amounts. The snow ratios will be going up as it starts snowing. So that means we'll probably start at a 15 to 18 to 1 ratio. And like I said, very dry, powdery snow. So it'll add up pretty quickly. And then we may end up getting into 20, 25, maybe even a 30 to 1 ratio, especially across basically south of I-70 and north of Highway 62 412 in Arkansas. That's where I think some of these snowfall amounts may be a little bit underdone. I think that's why the GFS is trying to hint at some of these heavier amounts as well. But as you go east, the general, this is one model. GFS showing 3 to 6, mostly in parts of Tennessee, 6 to 10, possibly into Kentucky. Heavier amounts up here into parts of West Virginia. And then you get on the other side of the mountains, on general 2, 3 to 6, possibly. Then as you get out towards Eastern Virginia, maybe a little bit higher amounts there. Alrighty, I think the Canadian and the GFS is actually starting to cave the Canadian Euro. It's starting to come a little bit further south, have a little bit better handle on the colder air. But I think the Euro and Canadians had a better handle on the cold air, the true Arctic air this whole time. So this is what the Canadian thinks. So like I said, I-44 to basically the Highway 62 412 corridor in northern Arkansas, between those two interstates, or the interstate and the highway there, that's where the sweet spot's going to be. And this is showing a foot amount in Fayetteville, basically widespread 8 to 13 inches, far southwestern, southern Missouri into northern Arkansas, even towards northeastern Oklahoma. As you get a little bit further south, amounts drop off a little bit because there may be a little bit more sleet mixed in as you get towards central Arkansas, and that's what this is showing. So here's sleet amounts. You can see basically along and south of I-40, that's where there's going to be a lot more sleet, possibly localized amounts of an inch, inch and a half of sleet. And here's the freezing rain as we go. Let me take some of this off. All right, so southern Arkansas, northern parts of Louisiana. There's a bullseye basically back here in the Ouachitas that could be over a quarter inch of ice. All right, here is the European model. I think the European has a great handle on, especially the snowfall placement here. Basically along and north of I-40, that's where the snow and sleet will be. And then as you get north, the snow will become progressively the main precip type. And like I've said a couple times now, Highway 4 or Interstate 44 or I-44 south to about Highway 62, 412 into northern Arkansas. That's the bullseye. So, like I said, widespread amounts of possibly a foot or more could be possible across that area. So here's the sleet totals. Like I said, some sleet down here into parts of Mississippi, possibly Alabama, into northern Georgia, uh, southern Arkansas as well. I think this has a little bit better handle on the freezing rain. Even into northern parts of Louisiana could get over a tenth of an inch. This is showing a 0.15 of freezing rain into Monroe, Louisiana. But I think in general, glaze to possibly a tenth, localized over, up to a quarter inch is possible. And let's go out east so I can show you this. Nothing really going on here. Let's go back to sleet totals. Nothing there. Let's go back to snow totals. There we go. All right, there's the snow totals through later this week. Like I said, there's could be a bullseye over a foot of snow in parts of Virginia into far northeastern parts of North Carolina. Let me go back down to sleet, see if that shows it now. There it is. Like I said, heavier amounts of sleet into parts of, there could be some sleet back here in South Carolina as well, but heavier sleet in parts of North Carolina, and then freezing rain, there's basically non-existent on this model. All right, let's zoom in on a few areas here. You don't want to sounding, that's for sure. All right, so here is the snowfall coming in this next on Tuesday, Wednesday. You can see it has a lot of snow coming into parts of the area here. This is the new 18Z. So this thing has 20 inches of snow in Springfield, around 10 in Mountain Home. So just absolutely crushing parts of the South. Like I said, some of this could be underdone because of the snowfall ratios, that is. So let's go over to the Canadian, see what it's showing. So here's what the Canadian is showing in parts of this area. Widespread, like I said, this has got a band of 10 to 14 inches of snow across parts of northeastern parts of Oklahoma into northwest Arkansas. Widespread 8 to a foot amounts across southern Missouri into far northern Arkansas as well. 2 to 3 are over here towards Memphis. 7 to 8 around Jonesboro. 1 to 2 into parts of Little Rock. As you go further south, there's basically nothing. And then we'll go to the European. So here's the European here. Like I said, it's got a bullseye basically of 14 plus inches of snow back here in southwestern Missouri. So 8 to 12 inches is a good bet across far northern Arkansas into southern Missouri here. And like I said, some of these snowfall rates or some of these snowfall amounts could be underdone because of the snowfall ratios that the models are not picking up well on. So stay tuned on that for sure. All right, let's take a look at what we are thinking here, our official forecast for right now. Alrighty, here's our forecast basically in the pink here from just north of Dallas through northern parts of Louisiana, southern Arkansas, through parts of Mississippi, Alabama. I think a mix, ice 10th to a quarter inch is possible. Lower amounts to the south, higher amounts to the north. It could be, like I said, localized spots, and could be changing to some sleet. And then the darker pink here mix is ice, glaze to a tenth of an inch, and possibly some sleet to snow, dusting to 2 inches. The lighter blues 1 to 3 plus is possible from Oklahoma to South Oklahoma City, north of Little Rock to Memphis, over towards Nashville as well. And then north of there, in the darker blues here, basically most of Kansas, northern parts of Missouri into northern Arkansas, 3 to 7 inches. Then we have that big band of 7 to 13 plus, the far northern Arkansas, southern Missouri, over towards Kansas, through the Ohio River Valley as of right now. All right, so that's all we have for now. Stay tuned for the latest updates over on Facebook and YouTube, and we'll have all the latest updates over there. We'll have more videos out tomorrow as well.